Hey guys, Jess from Knockout Print Shop, and today I have a video for you about how to optimize your Inkwell Press planner for goal setting. So I love the Inkwell Press planner, and I love some of the components that have to do with goal setting, and this is actually the first year using this planner that I've actually been really consistent to date, so we're just through the first quarter, with using some of the goal setting elements of this planner. In years past, I would do the mission board for a month, maybe kind of fill out the goals, and I didn't really use the planner strategically for goal setting. But this year I have, and I've done it so for about 3 months, and what I've noticed are there's a few issues, and issues is kind of too strong of a word, that I see with the Inkwell Press kind of goal system within this planner. I know nothing about her actual goal planner, I don't have it. But within the regular classic planner, there's a few pieces that I think can be changed slightly to more easily use this planner for goal setting. So we created some new products to help optimize your Inkwell Press planner to make goal setting and reaching goals a little bit easier. And these are all my opinions. Some of you may not kind of agree with this or think along the same lines, but hopefully some of you will actually find this helpful and maybe are thinking kind of in the same lines as we are, and find some of these products potentially helpful. Issue number 1. So my first issue, again, too strong of a word, with this system is that the mission board colors do not correspond with the goal setting palette in the beginning of the planner. So let me flip to the goal part here. Okay. So we see we have a goal color palette here. Now this goal color palette coordinates with these 6 categories of your life. You have personal, social, financial, health, home, and dream big. And these corresponding colors over here, and then she breaks it down into your 4 quarters for quarterly goals. Which is great because this is kind of like your hub for your goals. Year, quarter, and then the mission boards break it down to the month. The problem or issue I have with the month, with the mission board being different, is for me it's not super intuitive or user friendly to think back to my other goals when every month each category has a new color. Now let me also say I completely understand why she did it this way, because it adds more color, variety, interest, and kind of branding and just kind of design elements to the planner. So I'm not like hating on Inkwell. I totally get it, and I love that there is new colors every month, because I'm sure we'd all get really bored with the same palette every single month. But that said, I think the downfall, unfortunately, of this design, again, is that these colors that are coordinating to each one of these categories don't carry over into each month. So let's say health, well, we're on June palette. June is Everglades. Health is actually this kind of smoky blue color. So for me, the way my brain works is, okay, if I know that the smoky blue color is health, it might be more intuitive for that to show up multiple times in my planner throughout the months, weeks, days. So our solution to that was to create a mission board hexagons that are the same color as the goal palette. So you will see that here. And we left these blank because I know a lot of you like to come up with your own headers, so you may change up, maybe you went in and personally changed these to be different categories of your life. So we didn't want to put the names in here in case you did kind of personalize your goal categories. So for me, I like the categories that she chose for the 6, or sorry, is it 6? Yeah, 6. I just add an additional one for business, but you can see we have the colors. So we have dream big is your pink, home is your yellow, health here is the smoky-ish blue, gray is your financial, and we gave you 2 gray, again, just so that you have that neutral one to add as different category. This more vibrant, deeper teal is your social category, and this greener color here is your personal. So now, if you're somebody that likes color coding and prefers to see consistency, doesn't really care about the actual, monthly Inkwell colors, and you'd like to see your mission board more closely coordinate with your goals section, boom, mission board hexagons. We did add one other gray on here with a little hexagon that says my mission. And the reason that I did that is you of course know you have your annual mission or your yearly mission that you write here. I personally don't use this, but I know many people do. And my thought with having this one header one was to obviously want to cover all of these so that it looks more cohesive versus having one of the monthly colors peek through. And I thought it might be useful as well for people to either carry over and write their mission or a word from their mission here, or maybe set a monthly mission or intention that they can write right on their mission board and look at that each month. So this is our mission board hexagons to help kind of fill the gap or fix the problem with the mission board colors not coordinating with the goal colors. And again, I realize for some of you, you like the variety of colors, so this won't be your jam, but we have this option now for you. If you're interested in this, this is IWP-G54. All right, that's my first issue. Moving on to issue number 2. So issue number 2 for me is we have this awesome breakdown of goals, right? And it's nice to have a planner that breaks everything down from big to small. So of course you have this page here with each of the 6 categories where you can write down your goals in each category for the full year. And then here over on this right page is your quarterly goals. You can see these hexagons coordinate with these colors here, and you would write down, well, if I want to, let's say my second goal here is learn hand lettering. Maybe by month 3, I want to have, finished a course or practice this many times. So you could see how from there you can break things down. I personally don't go in the beginning of the year and break down each quarter. I only go one quarter at a time. So in January, I thought about the first 3 months. Now I'm thinking about the second 3 months, so on. So you have annual, you have quarterly, you have monthly with your mission boards. Whether you want to buy these ones or you want to keep with what you have here, you do have, either way, have your monthly goals. My fourth or second issue is that don't want to go too far ahead, there's no section for weekly action steps. And I often would think, okay, well, I'm not really looking at this page of my planner. So how am I going to make sure that I'm setting kind of weekly action steps to achieve these things in some way? So what I thought was kind of missing from this system is the weekly aspect. I'm sure this little section over here, the weekly focus, you could easily tie in to your monthly mission board. But I feel like here we got 5, here there's 6, or 7, depending on if you're adding an extra one. Again, colors aren't coordinating for obvious reasons. Again, she's sticking with her 4 palettes a month. I totally get that. But this doesn't give you a lot of maybe room to write it, and this layout might not work for everybody. It doesn't work for me. I don't particularly, for some reason, don't like this section, but I think this could potentially work as a good section for weekly action steps based on here, these monthly goals, which then obviously trickle back down to quarterly and annual goals. But I think there needs to be a little bit of a workaround to it. So we have a couple different options that we've come up with to kind of, again, fix or enhance the already good system. So the first thing that we have is a weekly focus insert. So this is the weekly focus insert for the disc planner. So I have this is kind of a rough draft of one I'm going to potentially use for the month, but you see the header, weekly focus, and then you have this week's action step with that same symbol carrying over. Sorry, I keep flipping back and forth. So you can see this little symbol. We carried that over here, and then left enough space to write an action step and then a checkbox. Now, week action step doesn't have to be something that happens every day. It could be one thing you want to do this whole entire week, maybe once to help you get closer to that monthly goal and so on. Then you have this middle section here, which is highlights and wins. It's really good to give yourself acknowledgments for the progress you're making and just kind of, again, jot down some of the good things that happened this week. It doesn't even have to be related to your goals. Then we came up with this cute little chart here at the bottom, again, basing it off these arrows, where you have each, again, of the categories color coordinated with kind of 3 different progress markers. If I'm off track, maybe I'm kind of not paying attention to my goals, I'm not doing the action steps I need to, am I on track or am I ahead of schedule or ahead of the game? So there's not a ton of writing room, but you could just abbreviate. Like for me, what I did here was, one of my goals has to do with reducing screen time. So I just carried over my reducing screen time and wrote on track. So you're just going to kind of briefly put what your goals are. These could be your monthly goals. You might want to track just the overall annual goal. However it works for you, it just kind of gives you a quick glance to go, oh, I'm off track on this. Maybe I need to come up here and focus on some more weekly action steps to get my focus back on this. So just kind of a weekly check-in, focus on your goal progress. And then last but not least, you got your rate my week, just on a 1 to 10 scale, giving yourself a assessment of how the week has gone for you. This will work really well in conjunction with our monthly reflection insert. So if you're somebody that is looking for kind of an abbreviated weekly reflection based on your goals, this could potentially be a great tool. So this is one of the tools that we created to kind of fill the gap with where there's no real focus on weekly action steps. So that's number one. But obviously not everybody has the disc planner. So if you don't have the disc planner, what you can do then is purchase our little arrow sampler here with the goals colors. So this is, so the insert I think is I-28. These are IWP-T247. You can see those down here. So essentially what you could do is, I'm thinking create an action step here. So you can use the big guys if you want to take up more space. You have the little ones. So this is a 2-line space. These are 1-line space. Maybe you could write, what color is this? I think this color is social. So I could write social, I could write my goal, and then I could put an action step underneath it. However you want to use these. I want to give you 2 sizes because some people may want to also use these maybe even in your notes section and create a whole action plan or something and just kind of color coding it with these guys. But for those of you that don't have the disc, so you won't be able to get this, you can kind of create this section here with weekly action steps with this arrow sampler. So I think those are the 2 things that really could potentially work well to fill in the gap for the breakdown that's not there between breaking your monthly goals into weekly action steps. All right, so that's number 2. All right, issue number 3. So the third thing I see kind of missing here, or that I think can be enhanced, I think that's a better way to say it, is that color coordinating goals that are related to habits. So I think, if you're, let's say you have a goal of reducing screen time, right? Maybe your weekly action step, which could also translate to a daily habit, would maybe be you're only allowing yourself 30 minutes per day on social media. So how do I track that on a daily basis so that I remember it's related to this goal category of, I think that's personal, right? Yeah, personal. So we have a few tools here. One of them is our neutral version of our vertical monthly habit tracker. So the reason we created this is because obviously these all come now in the mission board colors, the monthly colors, which might not always look so hot with the goal colors. So we created a gray, a neutral, so that way when you're using the goal, the hexagons to coordinate, you don't have to worry about the colors clashing. You can see this is, sometimes when I make videos, I use our misfit sheets, so you'll see some kind of, you will not get one that has a hole in it. Okay, so we created this so that you could then track goals using our hexagon habit trackers that were specific to different, or track habits that were specific to certain goals. And so we have 3, kind of have stuff everywhere here. We have 3 different options for you. So of course you have the outline ones, which you can see here. So you get the outline when the day you achieve it, you put the mini guy in there. You have just the solids, and then you have the stripes. So you have all 3 of these guys available. So again, this is a great way then to have habits or you're building habits that will help you achieve your goals, and that way you can kind of coordinate this whole thing. So again, depending on what area it is, you can use the color that goes with it. So that's, or if you just like these colors, there's that too. But the gray is a nice background for these colors. So we have that, and those are IWP-T 245, 243, and 246, striped, solid, and outline. So that is for those of you with the disc planner. If you don't have the disc planner, obviously your option is you have these habit trackers in the bound that are in the front, and you could do the same thing here with these options. And then one more thing I think that fills the gap here with this issue is having color coordinated with the goals palettes weekly habit trackers. So if you just want to throw one of these on that's coordinated to whatever habit is related to that goal and that category, you now can do that very easily here. So those are available in bigger sheets. These are G55 and G56. So that is issue or problem number 3, a way to enhance this whole system is being able to track your habits that are related to your goals in a color coordinated manner. Okay, and last but not least, issue, or again, that's too strong a word, number 4 is how to kind of stay on top with tasks that are related to each goal. Now, some of you that are not into color coordinating, this may not be something that you really care about. For those of you that really want to highlight and focus on certain goals, you may find this helpful. So what we did here was, let me see, is we have mini hexes. So we have these available in striped and in solid. And what I'm thinking with these, why we made these in the goal colors, was to help you stay connected to the goal related tasks. So let's say for here, like for instance, this is my dream big is pink. And my weekly action step is to list ideas because related to my dream big goal. So then the hexagon will allow me to go in and put that as a to-do on a certain day. And that's just a very simple example. Obviously, some goals have a lot more moving parts, and these might become vital to kind of really highlight tasks that are related to your goal. The other way you could use this, and these would work in the same way. So you could use these as well. Instead of using them down here, you could also use them any day of the week to highlight a goal-related task. The other thing I was thinking you could do with these, if you want to map out whether each month or somewhere in the back in your notes section, is to literally create a whole action plan. I mean, you could use one of these, write financial, and then use the little arrows and write each week what you want to do, maybe break it down by tasks. Either way, you kind of have these different pieces that can help you create and color code a whole goal setting type of plan in place in your planner that's kind of more cohesive. So again, this kind of hole in the system, it's not really a hole in the system, she doesn't make, Inkwell Press doesn't make stickers, but my point more is to say is what's missing is some kind of call to action to remind you to do something related to your goal, weekly, and all the tasks related to it. Again, I think probably a lot of these elements are available in her goal planner. I've never used it, so I don't know, but these tools that we made are to help the regular planner kind of bring your goals more to life. So again, mini hexes and striped and solid, and then again the arrows could be used in the same way. So that is my kind of 4 different issues, for lack of a better word, with the goal system in the Inkwell Press planner, and more so just ways to enhance it and kind of fill in the gaps where I think there's some pieces missing that could make the system even better. And then last but not least, we have these cute little clear just kind of text, like typography stickers, like goal achieved, goal check-in progress, done, on track, off track, like little X's and check marks. And then what our thought was behind this is we had a customer, I think her name is Rita or Rena, in our Facebook group say, I wish we had a sticker that I could indicate that I achieved a goal on my mission board. So what I thought of might be good is just have a clear text that says goal achieved, or little checks, so that you can kind of put that on here. You could use these anywhere in your planner, however you want, but it's a nice little addition to kind of mark off as you go. And I think encouragement is huge to using your planner for goal setting. Seeing that goal achieved text might be nice when you've been working and focused on something specific all month long. So that is how I think we can optimize the Inkwell Press planner for goal setting. Again, taking what's already awesome about this planner, which is the annual goal section that's color-coded with the 6 categories, the quarterly breakdown, enhancing the monthly breakdown with submission board color coordinating. How many times can I say that wrong? Having a weekly focus situation, having some more color coordinated pieces that allow you to bring attention to different action steps with your goals, focusing on habits related to your goals in different ways, and then of course, last but not least, giving yourself some credit. So this is a super long video because it's a little different than a release video. I wanted to really explain kind of my thoughts on this whole process and how I think it could be made better. Even if you don't have an Inkwell press planner, this could work really well. Or if you don't need to color code everything and you just like these colors, hey, now you have a new palette to use. So those are all of the items in this collection. And hopefully some of the things that I shared are helpful to you when you think about using your Inkwell press planner, whether it's the Classic or the Flex, for goal setting. So I will see you guys in the next video.